Today I'm going to take you through the main things you need to know about Read with Color. We are going to have a look at what the program is and how it works, the tutor opportunity, the training, material and support you will receive, the cost and income opportunities, the affiliate opportunity, how the affiliate commission works, our digital tools and online lessons, and finally, how to get started. Very important. We are especially looking for women who are passionate about helping children to read, but also passionate about starting their own business with a minimum startup cost. Okay, so before we get into all of that, let me first tell you how the program actually started. Leer Clear actually started with my own daughter. She was in grade 2 and reading was very difficult for her. And I could see that it was starting to knock her confidence. So, like any mom, I just thought, okay, there must be something I can do to help her. That's when I started experimenting with color, just to make the sounds and the patterns easier for her to see and understand. And when I noticed it was helping, I just kept on going. And that is how Leer Clear was born. Later, we developed the Read with Color in English, and now we are starting to expand into more African languages that we are very excited about. So yes, Leer Clear has grown a lot since 2018, but the reason behind it is still the same, helping children to read with more confidence. Now I'm going to hand over to Peter and he's going to explain to you how the Read with Color system works.
I'm just going to take a few minutes to show you how the Read with Color system works. When people first see our books, they often notice the colors immediately. But the colors are not there simply to make the words look attractive. Every color has a purpose. The colors help children see the smaller sound patterns inside words, so they don't have to look at a word as one big, confusing group of letters. It gives them a clearer place to start. And once a child knows where to start, reading can begin to feel much more manageable. Before we look at the colors, let's think about what reading can feel like for a child who is struggling. We may look at a word and read it without thinking, but that child may just see a long row of letters. They may not know where to start or which letters work together, so they begin to guess. They may look at the first letter, look at the picture, or try to remember the whole word. And when this happens repeatedly, reading becomes tiring and frustrating. But often the child starts believing, I can't read. But the problem may simply be that nobody has shown them how the word is built. That is where Read with Color comes in. With Read with Color, we make the important patterns inside a word easier to see. Let's look at the word ship. The SH, sh, is red because those two letters work together at the beginning of the word. The I is green because it's the vowel. The remaining letter stays black. The colors guide the child's eyes to the sound patterns they need to notice, but the colors do not replace phonics. We still teach the child the sounds and how to blend them. The colors simply give the learner a visual clue. The child can look at the word, identify the sounds, blend them together, and then read the complete word. Let's start with green. Green is used to show vowels and vowel patterns. In the word cat, the short A is green. In hen, the short E is green. In seed, the two E's work together to make one vowel sound, so they are both green. And in boat, the OA is shown in green because those letters work together as a vowel sound. The green becomes a visual anchor inside of the word. We can ask the child, which vowel can you see? Or what sound is the green part making? The silent E is also shown in green because it forms part of the vowel pattern, even though we do not hear it as a separate sound. The color red is used for important sound patterns at the beginning of a word. This includes starting blends and digraphs. In ship, The SH is red because the two letters make one sound. In black, the B and L are blended together. And in the word stop, the learner needs to hold the S sound and move slowly into the T. The red acts like a little signal. It tells the child, look at these letters together before you continue with the rest of the word. This helps the learner recognize the starting pattern instead of trying to work through each letter without understanding how they fit together. It is also important to explain why some letters remain black. We do not color every letter differently. If every letter had its own color, the word would become too busy and the colors could become another distraction. The remaining letters stay black so that the important red and green patterns can stand out. This keeps the word calm, clear, and easy to read. So we do not use colors simply because we can. Every color must have a purpose. We use enough color to guide the learner, but not so much that the word becomes confusing. Longer words are handled a little differently. When a word has more than one syllable, we divide it into smaller parts. The syllables then alternate between the blue and black. For example, look at the word picnic. The first syllable is blue and the second syllable is black. The same happens with sunset. This helps the child see exactly where one part ends and the next part begins. The learner can read the first part and then the second part, and finally put the whole word together. They no longer have to tackle the entire word at once. Breaking a longer word into smaller parts makes it feel far less overwhelming. We also teach children to follow the same basic routine whenever they meet a word. Firstly, they look at the word and notice the colors and patterns. Then, they say the individual sound or sound group. After that, they blend the sounds together. Next, they read the complete word naturally. But we don't stop at reading the word. We also check that the child understands what the word means and can use it in a sentence. By repeating this same routine, the learner begins to know what to do when a new word appears. They are no longer simply guessing. They now have a strategy they can follow. Read with Color is not just a collection of colorful reading books. It is a structured program. We begin by teaching a specific sound or pattern. The learner then practices that sound in individual words. Once the learner is comfortable with the words, we move on to sentences. The same pattern is later used in controlled stories. This order is very important. We are not expecting the children to use reading skills that they have not yet been taught. Every new step builds on something they have already practiced. The learner receives repetition, but the activity gradually becomes more challenging as the skills develop. A Read with Color lesson is not simply a child reading aloud while the tutor corrects mistakes. We actively teach the reading skill. The learner hears the sound, says it, and learns to recognize it. They break the words apart and put them back together. They read the pattern in words, sentences, and controlled stories. They also practice spelling because reading and spelling work closely together. And of course, we include comprehension. We talk about the meaning of the words and the story. And we ask questions to make sure the child understands what they are reading. The same sound pattern is reinforced in different ways throughout the lesson. The aim is not for children to depend on color forever. The color is a teaching tool. In the beginning, it makes the sound patterns more visible and easier to understand. Through repeated practice, those patterns become familiar. Eventually, The learner begins to recognize and apply the same patterns when the words are printed in ordinary black text. That is our real goal. We don't want a child to memorize one page or one list of words. We want them to understand how words work. Then they can use that knowledge when they come across new words on their own. So, if I had to explain read with color in one simple sentence, I would say this. We make the patterns inside words easier to see, so children can understand how to read them. The learner sees the pattern. They hear and say the sound. They build and blend the word, and then they read it with growing confidence. For a child who has spent a long time guessing or feeling lost, having a clear place to start can make a meaningful difference. And that's really the heart of Read with Color. We are not simply adding color to words. We are showing children how words work and giving them a clear path towards confident and independent reading.
Okay, so now let's talk about becoming a tutor. Before you start, you complete your online tutor course. We take you through how Read with Color works, how to use the material, how to place learners at the right level, and how to plan and deliver your lessons. But we also cover the business side, things like professional standards, working with parents, pricing and payments, finding clients, marketing, admin, and scheduling. Then we also look at how you can grow your tutoring business through groups, referrals, program and schools, and you finish off with a 30-day launch plan to help you get started. You do the course in your own time, and once you've completed it, you receive your official tutor certificate. So the idea is that you don't only understand the program, you also have a much clearer idea how to actually start and grow your own business. Now let's talk about the tutor opportunities. One of the things I really like about this is that it's flexible. You can make it fit around your own life. You can work from home, tutor online, you can work with learners in person, and also build relationships with local schools. You can work one-on-one or you can work in small groups. And you decide how many hours you want to work. Maybe you only want a few learners in the afternoons, and that's absolutely fine. Or maybe you want to grow into a much bigger tutoring business, and that is also possible. You can tutor in Afrikaans, English, or both, so you really can build your tutoring business in a way that works for you. Now I'm going to hand over to Peter. He's going to tell us more about the tutor income possibilities.
Hi again, ladies. So, the first thing we're going to be getting into is the numbers. How much can you possibly make doing this? Before we start though, just a reminder that these are not guaranteed fixed numbers. It all depends on how seriously you take this and how much effort you put into it, right? Let's recap how much you're investing into this first. For a single language package, so either Afrikaans or English, that's an investment of 4,350 Rand. If you want to do both Afrikaans and English, that's an investment of 7,350 Rand. Let's keep that in the back of our minds while we do a little bit of math. So as a tutor, most of the time your working hours only start after school. So from about midday to 5 p.m. That's 5 potential sessions every single day from Monday to Friday. You determine your own working hours, so this is just one possibility. If you decide to do one-on-one sessions at a minimum rate of 300 Rand for a 45-minute session, that's 300 Rand times 5, which is 1,500 Rand a day, which equates to 7,500 Rand a week and 30,000 Rand a month. So you could recoup your investment in your first week if you're determined to. If we look at group sessions, you can take, for example, 5 learners per session for 100 Rand each. That's 500 Rand for every 45-minute session, which gets you to 2,500 Rand a day, 12,500 Rand a week, and 50,000 Rand a month. So you could make almost double your investment back in a single week. We also offer lesson bundles at a discount. For example, 10 lessons for 2,700 Rand instead of 3,000 Rand. Then they get one lesson for free, or whichever one is more attractive to your clients. Again, all of this depends on what you want to do. If your focus is to get the money back that you invested as quickly as possible, then you can put in the work and fill in your slots as quickly as possible. It all depends on the pace you want to go at. You don't have to start big if you don't want to. You can start with 2 learners and then add a few more and then build from there. That's the great thing about this opportunity. You go at whatever pace you feel most comfortable at. Now let's talk about the training, support, and the tools you'll be receiving as an official Leas Declared tutor. So once you start tutoring, you're not going to do everything on your own. We provide you with tutor guides, assessment support, lesson planning help, and other tools to create professional emails, advertisements, learner evaluations, and personalized lesson plans. You also receive your own Leas Declared tutor Facebook page, and we promote our tutors through our official social media platforms as well. We also help you with leads. So if a parent fills out the Find a Tutor form on our website and they are in your exclusive area, we send those details directly to you to follow up. And because we don't yet have a tutor in every town, we also offer online tutoring. Online inquiries can be referred to the closest available tutor or to one of our best performing tutors. If you want extra marketing support, we can also run paid advertisements for you at an additional cost, so you don't have to worry about that. And as an official tutor, you automatically become a Leas Declared affiliate with your own unique code, so you can earn commission on successful product sales that you made happen. So the idea is to support you with the teaching, the marketing, and the business side, so you can focus on building and growing your own tutoring business. Now let's go a little bit more in depth into the tutor package options that I mentioned before. As we know, the Afrikaans package is 4,350 Rand. The English package is also 4,350 Rand. The combined Afrikaans and English package is 7,350 Rand. So when we're talking about starting your own business, we're not talking about a massive franchise type investment. The startup cost is very low compared to any other business. And we only ask a monthly IP subscription fee of 500 Rand. That is a drop in the bucket when you compare it to the amount of money we know a dedicated tutor can generate for themselves. Now you're probably wondering, what's the benefits of becoming a Leas Declared tutor? Well, there's really 2 sides to becoming a tutor. There's obviously the business side. You can earn an income, you can choose your own hours, you can build your own client base, you can work from home, you can grow at your own pace. You're also receiving training, certification, materials, support, and digital tools. You can recommend program materials and earn commission from successful product sales. But then there's the other side, and that's the child sitting in front of you. When you have a child who believes, I can't read, and then one day they suddenly read something by themselves, that is a very special feeling. So yes, we want women to be able to earn an income and become more independent. But at the same time, you are doing something that can genuinely make a lifelong difference in a child's life. So how do you get started as a tutor? If you're sitting here thinking, okay, this sounds like something I would like to do, the process is very simple. you go to our website, you fill out the Become a Tutor application form. After that, you complete and sign the tutor agreement and send it back to us. Then you choose the package for the language or languages you want to tutor in, either Afrikaans, English, or both. Now, when it comes to the packages, we do have payment options available for qualifying customers using PayFlex. So if you qualify, you can pay that package off in 3 to 4 month installments instead of paying the full amount now. Then after that, the monthly IP fee is set up through PayFast so that you don't have to worry about that. And then you can complete your training and start preparing to tutor. And don't worry about remembering all of these steps now. If you decide to go ahead, we will guide you through the process. Let's talk about becoming an affiliate. If you're listening to me and thinking, I love the program, but I'm not sure that I actually want to tutor children, that's absolutely fine. Maybe you're good at sales or networking and you know a lot of parents, teachers, or even schools. Maybe you enjoy social media and talking to people. Then the affiliate opportunity may suit you. Basically, you get your own unique affiliate code and then you start promoting our program and products. If a customer purchases from our official website using your unique affiliate code to get a free gift, you get a commission. And remember, you don't have to only choose one. You can be a tutor and an affiliate. The two opportunities can work very well together. That's why a tutor is automatically an affiliate, even though they're not obligated to be an affiliate if they don't want to. They're just automatically an affiliate. So, how does the affiliate program work specifically? It's actually quite straightforward. You register as an affiliate. Once you're approved, you receive your own unique code. You then start sharing the program with potential customers. And when somebody's ready to order, they use your unique code and purchase directly through our website. You don't have to take their payment yourself. You don't have to process the website order. Once their payment is successful, the sale is linked to your affiliate account and your commission is calculated. Customers who use your affiliate code will receive additional PDF learning materials as a little gift. So they also get an extra benefit for them as well. What products and packages can customers buy? Now, this is a very important part because if you want to promote the program, you need to know the products. You can't go to a school and then when they ask you a question, say, "Oh, I'm not really sure." We really encourage our tutors and affiliates to learn the program and know the products well. We have Afrikaans and English packages. The standard package is 1,899 Rand. The full package is 2,899 Rand. They include the program books, worksheets, and phonics flashcards. The full packages also include the larger sight word and sigword flashcard sets. Customers can also purchase individual books if they want, so not every customer needs to buy a full package. And once you know the products properly, selling becomes much easier. If you're listening to what the parent, school, and tutor needs, you can help them choose the right option. So let's talk about the affiliate commission and the rules. The affiliate commission works in different levels. So depending on the successful order value, you can earn 15%, 20%, 22%, or 25% commission. So the larger orders can obviously create a very good commission opportunity. If you use an example and a school places an order for 35,000 Rand, you get 22% commission. That works out to 7,700 Rand commission before the excluded costs, if any. There are certain things that are not included in the commission calculation, like courier costs, some promotional or bulk discounts, cancelled orders, and refunds. And commission is only calculated once the customer's payment has been successfully received. The successful sales are then totaled and commission is paid monthly. We explain the full structure properly when you join. So let's talk about ways to sell and the sample bundles. People sometimes ask us, but where am I actually going to find customers? And there are really so many possibilities. You can speak to parents, schools, tutors, learning centers, occupational therapists, speech therapists, special needs schools, and libraries. Then, of course, you have social media like Facebook and WhatsApp and Instagram and TikTok, and even community groups. But I also think people underestimate the power of word of mouth. Just talk to people. One parent will tell another parent. One teacher tells another teacher, and that can grow. I also really recommend knowing the physical products. If you are meeting with a school or a parent, it helps to know what you're talking about and also have the actual books with you. It is so much easier to explain something when the person can actually see it. That is why we offer sample bundles at a discounted price just for affiliates so that you can have the physical books with you when you're trying to sell it to somebody. So, the last thing I'm going to be speaking about is why become an affiliate. The affiliate opportunity is very flexible. You can do it as an extra income or do it part time. Or you can decide that you really want to work at it and grow it into something bigger. You can work from anywhere. You're not limited to a fixed number of sales. But obviously, like any business, it depends on the effort you put in. You need to talk to people. You need to market. You need to follow up. You need to know the products. But if you enjoy networking and sales, there's a real opportunity to build something for yourself. And again, you're not just selling a random product. You're introducing parents, teachers, and schools to a program that can help children with reading. So that's all from me. I'm going to hand it over to Marlies. She's going to tell you guys about all the other amazing stuff she's created.
Digital tools and online lessons. Now, this is something I'm quite excited about because technology is becoming a bigger part of our program. First, we have the Tutor Assistant. The Tutor Assistant is there to assist tutors with things like creating adverts, emails, learner evaluation, and lesson planning. And then we have the Clear Quote. Clear Quote allows you to create Afrikaans custom-made stories, spelling lists, and learning materials using our color system. So imagine you have a child who is struggling with one particular sound. You can create extra practice material specifically for that child. And this is also very useful for online lessons. Tutors are not limited to only using the printed books. You can combine the physical material with the digital stories, spelling lists, and worksheets. So you can offer lessons in person, but you can also build an online tutoring service and work with learners in those areas. What will you receive when you join Read with Color? You receive a full online tutor course, official tutor certificate, teaching material and tutor guides, assessment support, lesson planning support, digital tools for emails and adverts, your own Read with Color Facebook page, promotions on our official social media platforms, website leads from parents in exclusive areas, automatic registration as an official Read with Color affiliate, your own affiliate code, the opportunity to earn commission on successful product sales, and ongoing support to help you build and grow your own tutoring business. So really, you're not just getting a course and material, you're getting a tool, the support, and the opportunities to help you build a real tutoring business. Before we move on to questions, I just want to leave you with this one thought. Maybe you've been looking for something that gives you a bit more freedom, a way to earn an income, and at the same time do something that really matters. You don't have to start big. You can start with a few learners, learn as you go, build your own confidence, and grow from there. And because we work with exclusive tutor areas, there are only a limited number of opportunities in each area. So if you've been sitting here thinking, you know what, I can actually see myself doing this, then maybe this is the right time to take that chance. It could be the start of something that gives you more independence, more flexibility, and something of your own to build. So the real question is, Are you ready to turn this opportunity into your success story?